What seems fun, but was actually not fun the first time you did it. All little kids want to mow the lawn when they watch their dad do it. Once they do it, they realize that it actually sucks. Being adult because I can do whatever I want. Now in my 30s, I wake up and work, pay bills and taxes while fight off crippling depression. Going to a big theme park. I spent hours standing in line getting sunburned for some 3 to 4 minute rides. My feet and legs were so sore from standing in one place for that long. And everything was ridiculously expensive. And there were screaming children everywhere. I honestly just wanted to go home after a couple rides. High school prom. Super boring. The after prom was way better, as in the official after prom event, not the after prom, take your date home, though I'm sure that could have been better too. Attending a NASCAR race. Ooh. Look. Another left turn. I swear to God, if nobody in those races ever crashed, nobody would watch it. First time having sex. My girlfriend and I at the time both lost our virginity together. She was in pain the whole time, which in turn made it uncomfortable for me as well because I wanted her to enjoy it. Then she didn't want me to come while I was inside of her, so I ended up just jacking off into the condom I was wearing while she watched. In all fairness, we were 15 and had no idea what we were doing. I tried marijuana recently after my state decriminalized it and my job stopped testing for it. I hated the feeling, started getting paranoid, and immediately went to bed so I could sleep it off. I don't get the appeal. Never again. Scuba. I wanted to be a mermaid, peacefully gliding through the depths, at one with nature. I was a miserable, ear-clogged, blind stress case, loaded up with 50 lbs of complex gear and breathing through a fucking straw with my nose all plugged up. Also, was cold. High school dances. Everyone makes such a big deal about it, but they're actually pretty boring. Drinking regular beer. Definitely an acquired taste, IMO. Hard stuff is no problem, vodka, etc., but that yeast taste. A houseboat vacation. The best part was turning in the boat at the end of the trip cause it meant the trip was over and I don't have to be on the stinky boat anymore. The strip club. Nobody warned me about the private dances. She's all like, you wanna go to the back, and of course I think I'm about to get laid or something. I'm 18 to 19. 2 short songs later and she's asking for $40. Well, just so we're clear, I didn't have it and the rest was history. Having a slumber party. When I was 3 or 4 years old, my sister threw a slumber party with her friends at our house and all they did was pick on me. I cried every night and it didn't help that my parents took their side and told me to shut up cause I was being annoying. TBH clubbing. It all looks great when your mates tell you about it, then once you go, you realize that it's cheaper to throw a party at home. At the club, the drinks are expensive ASF, you gotta deal with fucked cunts and then the whole fuck around of getting home. Sports games. My dad brought me to a baseball game when I was like 6 and we left by the 3rd inning. Been to a few more since and we've never made it past the 4th inning. Falling in love. Sounds great until you gotta deal with the regret of throwing it away. Wish I could go back to being perfectly content with completely wasting my life. Any sort of beach. It is absolutely glamorized for me in childhood. Finally went to 1 years later. The parking. Garbage. The sunburns. Horrendous. The littering. Irritating. People moving your stuff out a spot do they can have it. Unforgivable. But nothing made me regret it more than having literal sand up my ass until I could get to an operable shower that actually functioned. Sex in general. I remember being a young lad all excited only to learn how disappointing and honestly painful sex is. A high school football game. I went to reunite with a friend. He moved schools and we happened to be playing against each other in a home game. I brought earplugs because I don't do well with loud sounds, but I couldn't use them because I was having conversations. A threesome sucked ass. Honestly, I've tried it with both women and honestly it was a pain. One either bit my fucking dick off and they kept competing with each other to see who could make me come faster. My dick fucking hurt the whole time. Looked like heaven, felt like hell. Anesthesia. I read a book in middle school called Children of the Lamp where they were put under and had these wild dreams where their uncle told them they were genies. Great book. Fast forward 10 years and I get put under expecting wacky dreams, nothing. Just feeling groggy and scared. Do not recommend. Smoking marijuana. I almost had a heart attack from how paranoid I was. Granted it was in the locker room in 10th grade but still. I will never do any substance ever again. Sledding. There were not very steep hills, and ones that were a little steep had rocks all over them, so I wiped out more than I wanna admit. Even with all the layers I was wearing, my fingers and toes turned purple and burned for a while, and I ended up almost going to the hospital because my mom thought I was gonna freeze to death. It wasn't even that cold. Maybe I was just unlucky. Kissing someone. First time, my best friend kissed me while he was sober and I was drunk. Second time, with a random girl, I was drunk as well. Not my proudest moment. Now I finally see kissing is not something I enjoy. Doesn't matter if I'm sober or drunk. Shooting a pistol at the gun range. My entire family is very anti-gun. My cousins are straight up hillbillies. I had my cousin take me shooting. We shot an R-15 and a Glock. I could never have imagined how loud and intimidating they are in real life, nothing like the films. Straight up unnerving. We played a tailored version of Charlie McDonough's or whatever it's called from Always Sunny. It ended with us all yelling at each other and no one finished the game. Skydiving. Don't get me wrong, the free fall was unbelievable, but the second your chute opens it feels like your balls are gonna come out of your mouth. 10/10 would do it again though. Ziplining. Now don't get me wrong, I kept going back because I loved it, but I kinda needed a shit the first time, so I was quenching my ass for the 5 minutes going down, and given it went over a lake, you can guess where I dropped my pants. I gotta say it was a refreshing shit. Going to college. Classes the first year were boring AF. Although I've to admit that the parties were on another level. I went to a county fair. I had a panic attack the first ride I got on, that progressively got worse until I was able to leave. My friend I was with said I looked like I was just bored, but inside, I was having the worst time. Going on a roller coaster. Fun is when you laugh, not when you spend 3 minutes thinking I'm gonna die then vomit after. Snowmobiling. If you're not semi-in shape, forget it. Fucking exhausted after about 25 minutes, had 3 more hours of it to go. Curling. The game on the ice with the brooms. I used to love watching this on TV when I was in college in New England on a lazy weekend day while recovering from a hangover. My roommates and I would watch it religiously. Later in life I've had a chance to play and was excited about it. But, meh.